Hi, folks. Welcome back to Racin-n-Braisin. I am CJ. It is Sunday morning, and it is a special Sunday morning because it is my birthday. But there is still things to be accomplished here this morning, so we're going to dive into it here today. Of course, talk about picks, talk about what we've seen so far this weekend at Talladega, and finally touch on what is going to be on my birthday menu here today. I've made a small adjustment to it. So let's first dive into what we have seen throughout the weekend so far. A doubleheader on track yesterday with the Arca Series and the Xfinity Series taking the track at Talladega. The Arca race itself, I thought, overall was kind of dull, to be honest with you. With only a good dozen or so cars that are able to stay with the main pack and actually contend for the win, it made the racing itself just kind of bland overall. But it did pick up towards the end, and the final handful of laps were really good, really racy. Regardless of the size of the field, the ending of the race was really good. Unfortunately, it ended under caution, and nobody likes to see that anymore, especially with the way everything gets manipulated to try and generate that checkered flag finish at the end. And we just didn't see that with the Arca race, and unfortunately, we didn't see that with the Xfinity race either. Now, the Xfinity race overall, I thought was really good. Even the CW hack for me actually kind of worked out okay. The battle cam was keeping the action pretty well focused. It really was only one camera that they were using for the battle cam. It was right on top of the tri-oval and just kind of gave you that fan perspective of just following the cars around as you would at a super speedway. The radio was on point, and having my tablet open with the NASCAR app and the live leaderboard kept me up to date. So to follow the race yesterday was enjoyable. But it finished under caution, and again, not so enjoyable. And to me, what made it even worse is that we had another one of these photo finish deals, but it wasn't photo finish at the line. It was photo finish when the freaking yellow light turned on. And you know what? I don't like those. I don't think it really shows a clear winner, in my opinion. I wish there was some way for them to work around that. After a certain section of the track, if there's a wreck there, it will allow them to race back to the start-finish line, provided everybody has an understanding, hey, caution's coming out, but we've got to really slow down as soon as we cross that start-finish. I'm sure there's plenty of ideas for it, but that just wasn't a satisfying finish for me. The last 5 laps of that race were fantastic. They had that late caution, late restart with 5 to go, and the field put on a show yesterday. It was 4 wide, all sorts of jostling, and unfortunately, it finished with a photo of a yellow light. Austin Hill got the win. Jeb Burton was really disappointed. He really thought he had the win there, and I don't blame him. The battle cam doesn't show replays on it, so I didn't get a chance to watch the replays until much later. I only saw a couple shots of where that light was and where the guys were. In my opinion, I think Jeb Burton got that win. Another little mini controversy of officiating here, again with NASCAR. Anyways, let's move on. We've got Cup action coming up this afternoon at Talladega. Pre-race starts at 1:30. The race is at 3 o'clock. Which means picks needed to be made this morning in the regular season competition between myself and my mom. Glad to be back on it. It's been 2 weeks off now. I'm still sitting at that 38-point deficit. Mom had first pick today. So we were chatting back and forth about it. A fun little conversation here this morning. We had a couple good laughs about it. And she ended up picking Ryan Preece for today, with the caveat that he keeps all 4 wheels on the ground, stays upright, and actually finishes in the top 10. Something he has not really been able to do at these super speedways. He's really good at flying and getting those cars airborne. I think he spent enough airtime that we could probably qualify him for a private pilot license. Anyways, so that left the rest of the field for me to pick from here today, minus Larson and Hamlin from last week's picks. I decided to go with an RCR today, but not the one you may think of. I decided to go with Austin Dillon. I want to keep my preseason prediction of Kyle Busch not winning again this year. So I'm going with Austin Dillon. I'm hoping that he puts on a good show. The RCR cars have been much stronger here, especially in the last couple of weeks. So it seems like that program is turning around. And we all know RCR cars are fast at super speedways. Look at what they did in the Xfinity series yesterday. And I think that momentum helps the team overall. Hopefully that helps me here today. We shall see. While we were making those picks, right after I said Austin Dillon for my pick today, I had this wonderful image that I shared with Mom that Austin would be T-boning Ryan Preece and getting Ryan Preece airborne. So we'll see how that plays out. That created a good little laugh, and Mom said that's all well and good as long as Ryan Preece stops ahead of Austin Dillon when they finish wrecking. So that's what we've got coming up here today. Picks are in. A final note about today's Talladega race. If you guys caught it earlier this week, Spire Motorsports, Rodney Childers, parting way, moving on. Well, the 7 cars in the news again here this morning. They lost their starting spot, failed inspection twice. Car chief has been ejected. They will be starting at the rear and lost their pit selection here today. Doesn't really affect their starting position. I think they were really only starting 37th or something like that anyways, so they're just losing a couple of spots. But nonetheless, change of crew chief has equated to a penalty here this week. Okay, so let's move on now and talk about what's on my birthday menu here today. If you caught Thursday's preview video, you heard me say that I was thinking about a nice big steak. Well, my stomach has changed, and I decided to go with some birthday pancakes here today. I do have some leftover buttermilk from last week's biscuit ham roll recipe that I shared with you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and use up some more of that and make myself some buttermilk pancakes, get myself a nice triple stack action going on for some triple wide action. So that's going to be my meal today, a Sunday brunchish item. And I couldn't decide what I really wanted, so I did grab the cheesecake, but I also grabbed myself a slice of key lime pie and a pack of Tasty Cake candy cakes. So I'm going to be in a sugar coma by the end of the day, that's for sure, which will definitely mean early to bed for me. So that's going to be it for me here today, guys. Keep an eye out for the short that I put out of today's pancakes, as well as keep an eye for tomorrow night's video where we recap the racing that we see here today in the Cup Series and talk about what is coming up next. And of course, talk about how the points played out for the regular season competition. Until tomorrow night, guys, I hope you guys have a beautiful Sunday. I'm going to go enjoy the wonderful weather that we have here in the Carolina Mountains and enjoy the race this afternoon. Until tomorrow night, guys, I hope you all have a good one, and I will talk to you all later. Thanks again.